Hey everyone, it's Moises Mendoza, and we are back with another episode of Local Lens. I have two wonderful guests today who I'm going to actually let introduce themselves. Go ahead.
All right. So my name's Katelyn. I'm a certified family nurse practitioner. I spent my first years of nursing working as a float nurse in the hospital, then transferred over to the operating room, which I loved. Then the surgeons there really inspired me to go back to school and further my degree. So I switched over to the emergency room for a better schedule, fell in love with the emergency room and that type of setting, and did that until I was finished school. And after school, I switched over to allergy and asthma, found out that that was not nearly the pace that I enjoyed after 20 years of working in the emergency room. So Jakki actually reached out to me. We met in the emergency room. And Jakki trained me in the trauma room. That was our first interaction with each other. And she reached out to me and asked me if I would consider urgent care. And that's how I ended up in the urgent care setting. And then I've been there ever since.
My name is Jakki. I'm also a certified family nurse practitioner. Just like Kate said, we did meet in the ER, but early in my early nursing days, I started in trauma med surge, kind of hodgepodge medical patients, and then moved to the ICU. Worked in the ICU for a few years, and ultimately ended up in private medevac flight nursing, which was my dream from the beginning, and was fortunate enough to do that for quite a few years before I had my son. And at that time, I was kind of working ER along with that. So when I left flying, I went to the ER full time and absolutely loved that. Where Kate and I met, and we got an opportunity to kind of grow with each other a little bit. We were, going through school around the same time, and we kind of bounced things off of each other, and we were fortunate enough to come back together in the urgent care. So
That's incredible. So it sounds like both of you really have been a part of really fast-paced, kind of crazy environments in a way.
We like the chaos.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
yes.
Chaos.
We thrive in controlled chaos.
That's incredible. So recently you kind of branched off to kind of start a different venture. Do you guys want to talk to me a little bit about that?
Sure. So we actually went to a medical conference together to learn more about, the newest stuff in urgent care settings. And that is when we found that we had a mutual desire to kind of branch out and build our own business. I think both of us have worked with very sick patients for years.
Mhm.
And we really wanted to kind of focus on making people feel better about themselves. So during that trip, we kind of, that's when everything started to,
Our ideas really clicked together.
yep.
We found that we had a lot of the same goals, a lot of the same ideas, and the way that we approached them, and the way that we work side by side every day in the urgent care. So we know each other's work ethic. We know, that we're both really hard workers and are determined. And this was kind of our flashlight saying, like, yeah, this is something we need to do.
And do you think your, prior working relationship has made it a lot easier for you guys to transition into owning your own business?
For sure. We work with each other every single day. And we have yet to quarrel or dislike with each other. We really complement each other's personalities.
Well, and it's probably really cool because if you just started working with someone, you may not know that person's strengths or weaknesses. But I'm sure with both of you, okay, I'm really good here, but you're really good here, and I'm not good here. And you guys can kind of already assign those roles.
Absolutely.
And I think that has made the business side very smooth sailing.
That's awesome. So for Rejuvenate RX, I kind of want to talk about that industry in specific. What are the qualifications for anyone to kind of start doing those things?
Well, every state's a little bit different. So when we started this process, it took us a little over a year to actually get things up and running,
Mhm.
going through all the legalities and stuff. So in the state of West Virginia, you have to be a mid-level, meaning a physician assistant or a nurse practitioner, in order to actually open a practice like this. Because the state of West Virginia has a statute of time where if you practice for, say, X amount of years as a nurse practitioner under a physician in their guidance and their direction successfully without any issues, the state then deems you safe to operate on your own as a functioning provider, providing care to various, birth to death, really. That's what family is, right? So we're the jack of all trades, essentially. We know a whole lot about a little bit and are very highly skilled. And I think what benefits us the most is because we can really bounce ideas off of each other. And so we realize that, hey, we can do this without much oversight. And so we are both master's prepared. We started out as registered nurses. We went back to school, got our bachelor's, our master's degree, and then certified in family nurse practitioner. A PA, same thing. They're usually a master's program. Some are doctorate programs, same with the nurse practitioner programs. And so, you at least have to have that degree and license to practice. That's the bare minimum. And then we went forward with additional specific training. We both did certification in men's health, IV hydration management. We did Botox and filler training. So we go and do the didactic portion of it, and it's a little bit accelerated because we have a better knowledge base and understanding of the human anatomy. So we went to those courses, hands-on training, got proficient, and then both wanted to make sure that we were, physically and emotionally and educationally prepared to take on that kind of risk and responsibility.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you guys might be a little bit more advanced than a lot of other people because of your backgrounds, and you understand the full kind of breadth of everything that would be happening when you're doing any of those treatments to people.
For sure. The extra training definitely provided us with greater insight on how to take care of these patients. And especially with the men's health and the testosterone, that is a field that's developing right now and emerging and growing very fast. But it's not something that was originally touched on in our basic education. So going in and learning that extra information and being educated on it really helped.
So it sounds like because of your vast experience, you guys could do a wide range of things. What are your core services that you guys plan to offer or currently offering people right now?
So we offer, on the aesthetic side, Botox and fillers. We have recently added weight loss management, which includes semaglutide injections as well as lipo and B12 injections to help aid with weight loss. Now, those consults do include a whole comprehensive workup.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just giving medications and sending patients out.
Yeah, it's not like they just show up and they know. They're like, oh, well, we want to lose weight, so we know. You guys are actually very, very careful about it and making sure that it's the right fit for that person.
Right. And we also offer testosterone optimization therapy, which I just touched on a little bit ago. That field is emerging.
Yeah.
The testosterone levels in men these days are dropping very quickly compared to their fathers, their grandfathers. So it's a whole new field that's emerging.
Wow.
We also offer skincare products, eyelash growth serum, and teeth whitening. Because when people look good, they feel good.
I'm about to come to you guys in the whole next episode. I'm going to look completely different, you guys. I actually burned my eyelashes off on a barbecue grill once.
Oh,
So
really?
that's why they used to be curled and really nice.
We
But
have a taste for you.
I'm about to get them back, baby. So I do want to talk about kind of the men's thing because I think with men there's a certain stigma that's existed, but I think that it's definitely changing, like you're saying, that they're not allowed to go do these treatments or go take care of themselves because it doesn't make them manly or anything. What do you guys kind of think about that and kind of how you see things changing yourselves?
Well, like Kate said, this is a very it's a sensitive subject for a lot of people, and even in medicine, a lot of practitioners do not fully understand all that goes into medically managing these people.
Yeah.
This population deserves healthcare of all facets of their overall health, just like men and children, or women and children. And we've been manipulating females' hormones for decades and decades for health and wellness. Like, it's perfectly safe. It's been proven. The literature has proven over and over again that it's safe, as so long as it's medically managed, which is what we do. That it helps to prevent so many other comorbidities that we've learned the progressive nature in treating this population, this group of men, and to see their improvement and how much they are now motivated and, making so much progress that, it's definitely been an eye opener to, realize how much better you can make people feel.
It's incredible. And I bet for you, you're not just providing a service, you're actually changing people's lives and their mindsets and everything. So how does that make you guys feel as part of, like, this is what you get to do as a profession?
Wonderful.
It's very, very good. Yeah.
The men that we have on the testosterone, it's making changes in their life, and they're happy, and we love hearing their feedback. I have one. We have one patient who, when he first started, he is a previous joint replace. He's had a previous joint replacement, and he was like, "I am not going to be working out while I'm doing this," because we encourage exercise and healthy lifestyle changes. And the last time we talked to him, he's actually lifting weights, and he feels motivation and the energy to do so. So now he's changing his lifestyle into a healthier lifestyle, and that makes us happy. We are very happy to hear the success stories with the testosterone.
Yeah, that's incredible. So how would somebody kind of say they don't know how to approach this or even get in touch? Like, what would they need to do to kind of get the process started?
They can reach out to us through our website. Our website has our phone number on there. They can call us directly. They can email us. That's also on the website. We can set up a private professional consultation where we review their concerns. We try to really encourage, like, open, honest discussion, making it comfortable for them to be able to say, hey, look, this isn't a stigma. Like, we support this, and we really are focused on, making sure that you're feeling your best. And so they can reach out anytime and leave us a message, leave us, a text or a email or anything like that. And we generally respond pretty quickly and can get it arranged. We're pretty flexible with our scheduling. And so, and even if they don't decide to go forward, and go through with therapy, like, just getting that information and learning the full magnitude of their health and where they stand, especially with their lab work, and kind of explaining some of those symptoms and how they can be related to some of this on their lab work.
Yeah, and it sounds like it can even impact other areas of their life because it's not just, hey, you're coming to us to get weight loss. You're kind of getting the whole overall view of what your health is like.
Yeah, when they come in, we do a comprehensive lab workup, which looks at their thyroid. It checks their to see if they're diabetic or not. Actually, one of our testosterone patients, when we did his initial lab workup, he was pre-diabetic.
Oh, wow.
When we checked his labs this last time, he is no longer pre-diabetic.
Wow.
So that was wonderful to see.
Because what the panel had improved.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're decreasing cholesterol levels in these patients. When they come in, we like to make sure that there isn't anything else contributing to those levels. And not everyone may not be a candidate, and we will tell them if they aren't. But figuring out if this is the reason why you have fatigue or low libido or weight gain is, I think, important. And like I said, we're seeing levels in naturally the testosterone level is going to decrease by 1%. Once you turn 30, you're going to see that declining.
I just turned 30 last year.
But there are many who have very low levels and early on in life. And just trying to figure out what your numbers are and the rest of your health, I think, is very important.
That's incredible. So I want to switch gears to talk more about the aesthetic side now. So you guys provide Botox and what other services kind of in that range?
We mostly focus with Botox in the upper half of the face. We are advancing some of our techniques and going through additional training for some more medical management with the different various toxins. We also do fillers as well. Same thing for just immediate aesthetics, mostly lips, upper part of the face, the folds around the mouth. And again, going through additional training for advanced techniques and learning from other, colleagues around who have, various experience with different techniques and different products and what they like to use best. And
so what are your approaches when it comes to kind of applying that to people? Are you guys more reserved? Are you more of you really take the time to understand each client? How does it work for you?
It's very client specific. We really want to know first, what are your goals? What is it that you're looking to achieve? Is this something that is, anatomically achievable? Everyone is structured very differently. And that's one of the reasons why we like to have that face-to-face consultation is so we can really map out your facial anatomy and help you develop the plan that's going to, one, make you not look pieced together or natural,
Yes.
But also achieve a realistic, outcome that you're looking to see. The whole point is making you feel good about yourself. And if this is what does that, then why not?
So it seems like you guys, when it comes to any treatment that you do, it's just like really individualized per person. It's not like one size fits all for any of the services that you guys provide.
For sure. And we like to offer a 2-week follow-up appointment as well. A lot of patients, Botox is pretty expensive, and some will be very reserved. They want to kind of see how it goes first and see what their results are at the 2-week mark. And that's when you'll see the full effect take in. So we like to schedule in for a follow-up. We'll have them come in. And if we need to do additional Botox, we will at that time.
So what can people expect like for their first appointment? What does that look like?
For Botox?
Or the aesthetics services in general.
So we have them come in. We map out their face, let them know what we would recommend for what they desire. And some... where their price point is a little different from what they desire. So that's where that 2-week follow-up comes in, and then we can kind of see where they're at, if they desire more or not. Now, during that consultation, we do like to schedule out time that we could do the service at that time as well. It's not just a consultation. You don't have to come back for another appointment.
Just in case that they're like...
Yeah, so we can offer that same day service after.
And I'm sure majority of the time they're like in love with the results. They're like, they want it.
You're like, that's why I'm here. I want to do it.
Because I'm assuming that people who have never done it are a little bit more reserved at first. They're like, they're scared or they've heard things about it. And I think your background is what's going to make them more comfortable, because you guys are more than just, this is all we know how to do. You understand the full scope of everything.
Right. And one of the things that we really think is fun and exciting is we do offer, what they call Botox parties. So you can get together with a group of your friends who are all interested in the same service. Call us up, get it scheduled. We can come out. Kate and I will come out. We'll, service the group, and it's a fun time. And so far we've had a really great outcome from our previous ones, and we have ones that have rescheduled. And
it's awesome.
So if you're not quite sure if you want to do it by yourself, we can, you can have that support with your friends beside you to do it.
Yeah, and it's probably a lot more comfortable for some of those first timers that way, because they might have a friend who's done it a lot, and they're like, "You have nothing to worry about. Trust us." Like,
Yeah.
so that's really incredible.
I would like to mention that men do get Botox as well.
Okay.
We Botox. The term Bro-tox.
Bro-tox. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, we're all about the Bro-tox.
I like it. I like
I'm
it.
gonna age gracefully. All of us, men, women.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of men work outside, so it weathers their face very quickly. They develop those wrinkles.
And that's probably something a lot of men don't think about, is that, hey, you can actually do this. And now, is the men the same as the women, where they need just as much, or is it less, or how's that?
Men typically do need a little bit more.
Okay.
They are typically a little bit more, muscle heavy,
Mhm.
just naturally. And so these are facial muscles that we are helping to alleviate some of those, the clenching and flexion of those muscles. So it doesn't create those constant, lines.
Yeah. So with all the services that you're providing, and I'm sure there's always updates that are happening, how are you kind of staying on top of like education and things like that, especially for RejuvenateRX?
So Kate and I are both nationally certified family nurse practitioners. In order to maintain that license, we do have to have so many continuing education hours every year.
Okay.
Actually, I'm dual state certified, and so I have to do so many hours per state. And we are also a member of the American Med Spa Association that offers nationally accredited training programs throughout the state. They have conferences. They have board certified, facial aesthetics physicians. They have board certified surgeons, cosmetic surgeons that all kind of regulate these organizations and put out the newest and latest and greatest.
That's awesome. So you guys are both really on top of like just even in general, just staying relevant and make sure you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the manufacturers who we buy our product from, they also have updates, and we have contacts. They come in and train us on these
Oh, wow.
new products that are coming out. So.
And how often are new products coming out from like the manufacturers?
All the time. All the time.
Yep, there's new things coming out, and I mean, the medicine's always changing.
Yeah.
We're always learning new things. New studies are being done, like the weight loss medications. They're very popular right now, and so there are studies that are currently being published now that we're learning a lot from as well.
Yeah, the big one's like Ozempic right now is what I'm seeing. Is like all the celebrities are doing that one.
Yes.
It's like the big one right now.
Yes, and there was a landmark trial that was recently published that showed a 20% reduction in stroke and heart attacks in these patients.
Wow.
Yep. So it's called the SELECT trial, and we're learning a lot of good stuff about this medication.
That's amazing.
The FDA did just recently approve its long-term use.
Oh, really?
Medical management.
So that's what I was wondering when I kept seeing it. Is it safe to use long term? Wow. Okay. Well, so do you have any, I know we talked about a little bit of them, but any client stories that kind of stick out to you that, you've done some of these services and it's like transformed their life in a small or large way?
I think the guy we have on testosterone
Yeah.
was pre-diabetic and is no longer pre-diabetic. We have quite a handful of patients who their cholesterol levels have dropped significantly. Their triglycerides are dropping. So seeing that feedback is very exciting and makes us very happy. The weight loss medications we started about a month ago. We are most of our patients are seeing benefit and reduction in weight already. So that is something we're very excited about moving forward, and hope to see more.
Sounds like sky's the limit.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
And you guys are still pretty early on in the business, right?
Yes, we just opened the end of October, actually.
That's incredible.
This past year, so
what do you see in the next year, 2 years, 3 years for the business? Like, where do you want to see it go, and where do you hope to see it grow?
Well, currently, we are operating out of one room. We're renting a space, and we are quickly outgrowing that currently. So we are currently looking for bigger rental space, so that we can have multiple rooms going. We're looking at hiring staff in the future, and things are
growing, getting bigger, and serving the community. And we plan to stay local. We don't want to outgrow and then go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We want to still provide the service here in our local community, and hopefully ultimately this be our full-time operation, and we can put our full focus into it and grow it and help lots of other people.
Well, and I bet it's exciting because, like, when you think of aesthetics providers, they only provide a few select things like Botox or fillers or anything like that. You guys can provide pretty much the full scope of everything. So it sounds like if somebody can come to you, they might come for one thing, but then they realize, oh, well, I can also get service B and C. So you're really kind of transforming people's lives. I know, when you're doing it, you may not think that's exactly what you're doing, but I feel like that is truly like a testament to what you guys are doing for people.
For sure. And through our lab evaluations, we have found little things like B12 deficiencies, vitamin D deficiencies. So we're supplementing their health with vitamins and minerals as well to just make them feel overall much better.
Okay. So I think one of the things that is important is like how somebody feels about themselves, confidence-wise and stuff like that. And I think what you're doing is a big factor of that. Can you tell me what kind of impact that has on you to kind of see people maybe confidence grow or anything along those lines?
We love that.
Yeah.
We love that. We've worked so many years, and usually, over close to probably 30 years now between the two of us with, sick people. And sometimes there's nothing that you can do that's going to truly make them feel better, do better, be better. Like, this is a patient population that genuinely is happy to be where they are. They're happy to be with you. They're happy to go through this process with you, and they're so appreciative, and to see their progress and to see their focus and their energy change and their motivation change, and they genuinely have a desire to fix their health and live a healthier lifestyle. And ultimately they end up so much happier. But it makes us feel good.
Yeah. Being around sick people can be mentally
I've heard that before.
For many healthcare workers. So seeing these benefits to these patients in this setting has, I think, made a very positive impact on our mental well-being.
Yes, definitely motivated me more into the practice of medicine, and gave me a new positive outlook for it.
Yeah, not to mention we're learning things that are making ourselves healthier.
Yeah, because you can apply some of the same stuff to your daily lives too. So how was the transition from, those chaotic, controlled environments to kind of what you're doing now, which seems a little bit more controlled and slower? How has that been for you and kind of transitioning to that?
I think it was probably a pleasant surprise to realize that we could still function in normal, non-chaotic environments, and it still be enjoyable and get satisfaction out of it and caring for people the same way.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we really do enjoy going to work.
I can tell. Just your two, just dynamic is just it's awesome.
Yeah, and not to say we don't love going into urgent care too.
Yeah,
but it can be mentally draining at the end of the day.
It's a lot.
And through Rejuvenate, we are able to follow patients too. In the urgent care setting, we see them, diagnose them, treat them, send them on our way. We don't ever get to see the follow-ups and see that they get better and things like that. So the reward of seeing the success patients are having through our treatments is rewarding to us.
That's awesome. I love that. So how can people get a hold of you? The people want to know. They want some of these weight loss treatments. Some of these men want to get some of that Bro-tox. How do they get in touch with you guys?
We do have online booking now. We had a little hiccup in the beginning, but you can book online. All of our time availability is on there. You can also reach out to us on Messenger.
Our social media accounts. We're on Instagram, Facebook, email. Our website it has our email, phone numbers that anybody can call, text, write, whatever means of communication they have and feel comfortable with.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here first. If you continue watching the next few episodes, I may look different because I went out and got some I had a Bro-tox party with my friend Jake Jenkins. You know, it's probably going to happen. So thank you for tuning into another episode. Everyone have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.